Bhairav fifth Guru. O Lord, you are our mother, you are our father. Thou art the giver of life, breath, and peace. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. Without thee, no one else is mine. O Lord, in thine grace, bless me with this boon, that day and night I praise thee. We art thy instrument, and thou art the pledger. We art thy beggars, divine provider. Pray, grant us alms in charity. By thy grace I enjoy thine love and relish, O Lord. Amongst all the hearts thou art pervasive. By thine grace the name is meditated, and in the holy company thine praise are sung. By thy mercy pain is eradicated. By thy mercy the heart lotus blooms. I am a sacrifice unto the Guru God, fulfiller of desire is whose sight, and pure is whose service. O my Lord Master, show grace that Nanak may ever continue singing thine praises. Bhairav fifth Guru, to him whose court is the highest of all, I ever make obeisance. The highest of high is his abode. By devotion to the Lord's name are effaced millions of sins. By seeking his refuge, one is ever in peace. Him the Lord in his grace unites with himself. His doings are beyond comprehension. He in whom all repose confidence, he became manifest in the holy company, and the devotees contemplate him day and night with love. By giving his treasures, do not exhaust. In an instant he makes and unmakes. He whose order no one can efface, over the kings he is the king. He whose shelter we seek, on him alone is our hope pinned. Our sufferings and pleasure we place before him. He who covered up his slave's faults, his praise Nanak ever sings. Bhairav fifth Guru, the wailing woman has made it her daily routine to weep and cry. For the sake of household goods of daily use, she remembers her dead relations. If someone by understanding becomes detached, she never becomes subject to birth, death, and sorrow again. All the strifes are but extension of mammon. Some rare one makes the Lord's name as a prop of his life. The mammon of three qualities is pervasive everywhere. Whoever is attached to it falls into suffering and torment. There is no peace without the meditation of the name. By great good fortune is attained the treasure of name. He who attaches his heart to the one assuming disguises regrets afterwards when the disguise is put off. Transient as is the shadow of the cloud, so is the world of attachment and sin. If anyone is blessed with one commodity of the name, his tasks are then accomplished. He who by the Guru's grace has obtained the name, Nanak says, his coming into the world is approved. Bhairav fifth Guru, by slandering the saints, one wanders in various existences. By slandering the saints, one is afflicted by maladies. By slandering the saints, one undergoes suffering. The death's courier awards punishment to the slanderer. Whoever picks up quarrel with the saints, to that slanderer no happiness comes. By slandering the God's devotee, the wall of the body is shattered. By slandering God's devotee, one is thrown into hell. By slandering the God's devotees, one rots in the womb. By slandering the God's devotee, one loses his empire. The slanderer nowhere obtains salvation. He eats only what he has sown. He is worse than a thief, a lecher, and a gambler. The unnecessary burden of the slanderer places over his head. The devotees of the Supreme Lord are without any enmity. Whoever worships their feet is emancipated. The primal Lord has strayed the slanderer. Nanak says the past deeds cannot be erased. Bhairav fifth Guru, the Lord's name is my Vedas and the mystic sound. The Lord's name fulfills all our tasks. The Lord's name for me is the worship of gods. The Lord's name for me is the service of the Guru. The perfect Guru has confirmed the Lord's name within me. The task of the contemplation of the Lord's name is the sublimest of all. God's name is my bath and ablution. God's name is my perfect charity. They who utter the name are all purified. They who utter the name are my brothers and friends. God's name for me is the auspicious omen and good fortune. God's name for me is sublime diet which satiates me. God's name for me is all the good deeds. God's name is my immaculate business. All the persons within whose mind the one Lord abides have the Lord as their prop. In mind and body, Nanak says, they sing the God's praise, whom in company of the holy Lord blesses with name.